but I am a survivor of depression, and I battled depression on and off in my youth, and then it culminated one scary night in college when I was hospitalized and I was behind locked doors at Georgetown Hospital. And since then, I have acknowledged that I'm so grateful for all the resources that I received and the hard work I did myself to get myself out of that hole.
I was a single parent, and so working was very important to me, taking care of my family, my children. It was hard for me to get myself into the doctor. And so unfortunately I waited until I was in crisis.
I am deeply passionate about this because I almost lost my own 18-year-old daughter to suicide 8 years ago. And so what I know is that one of the reasons that she got to the point of crisis that she did was because there was a lot of shame. She felt like everybody else had it together, that she was the only one that was struggling.
Some of the things that we see in clinic, specific to women and emotional health care, is the role that women play in the context of their family. And so what we oftentimes see is that there is a desire and a need to be able to make sure that our family members, those that we serve as guardians of health for, are getting their needs met. And so it's not uncommon that we might find ourselves taking a backseat to our own emotional well-being.
I'll never forget a client who burst into tears and said, "You mean I can have a happy marriage like you or raise 5 successful kids? That's possible?" Absolutely.
If I could look to the future and imagine what it might look like 20 years from now, my great hope is that we would be addressing mental health as the health issue that it is.
The thing that is so mean and isolating about depression, or in other mental illnesses as well, but is that it isolates you and it tricks you and it makes you think you're alone. And instead, if we can all come together and recognize that we're all in that darkness together and we're all trying to crawl out of that pit together, then we can advocate for more resources and get the help we need. And sometimes people aren't necessarily ready to do that when they're in that hole, but there are those of us who have been in that hole and we have crawled out of that hole, and we are there to help the rest of them get out too.